Stanislavski and the Moscow Art Theater. No modern theater group has been more important to theater history than the Moscow Art Theater and the artist Konstantin Stanislavski, who wrote, directed, and performed for this group in the early years of the 1900s. The Moscow Art Theater was founded in 1898 by Konstantin Stanislavski and Vladimir Danchenko. The two men were idealists who spent many hours discussing the nature of life, truth, and beauty, and how these forces relate to theater practice. Stanislavski and Danchenko dedicated their theater to the presentation of realistic theater that promoted truth and meaning. The Moscow artists first gained world attention with Stanislavski's production of The Seagull by Anton Chekhov in 1898. For this production, Stanislavski's group discarded the melodramatic and shallow theatrical style and acting that had characterized the plays of the earlier years of the 19th century. Instead of using the old methods, they presented Chekhov's characters with the understated, natural voice and movements that his complicated characters demanded. They became famous for their success, so famous that their approach to acting became the model for acting practices for the next century of theater artists. The Moscow Art Theater provided the 20th century with the first systematic approach to realistic acting. Stanislavski insisted that all actors completely immerse themselves in the roles that they were creating. They were asked to study in great detail the motives and forces of influence at work in the thought process of each character, and to let those thoughts, needs, desires, and cultural factors dictate their every move on stage. Stanislavski believed that only through this method could actors depict a totally believable and true-to-life character. He steered actors away from the openly robust overacting that had dominated the popular theater of the early 1800s. Stanislavski asked his actors to prepare for the roles they would play both mentally and physically, maintaining both muscular relaxation and mental concentration on stage at all times. Another innovative practice of the Moscow Art Theater was the teamwork approach to theater production, which has become known as the ensemble approach to theater. This approach set the Moscow Art Theater apart from other theater companies of the period, which were still working under a star system, in which the audience's favorite actor was the star of the company, and all of the other elements in the production were tailored to support the work of the star.